A lot of people think running a field-based business means freedom, but often they are quite wrong, because the truth is sometimes people are in a trap worse than 9 to 5 employees, because if you don't know how to manage your time, team and margins, your projects get delayed, clients lose trust, cash flow dries up, and before you know it, you're losing money even on simple projects. In the last 12 months or so, we've helped tradies, landscapers and cleaners double their revenue and cut their working hours. In this video, I'll give you brutally honest advice most people won't, so you can stop wasting time and start building a real business. So let's say you've got a small team and you just land in a big project, the kind of job that could put your business on the map. You're pumped, you tell yourself, I'll just handle the critical stuff myself to make sure it goes smooth. So day one, you're on site marking out plans. Then you're racing to the supplier because the delivery is wrong. And next, you're double checking invoices because your admin's still learning. Then back to site only to realize the new guy measured it inches when it should have been millimeters. Now you're redoing the work yourself because it's faster that way. By the end of the week, you've worked 80 hours, made zero progress on acquiring new clients, ignored 5 follow-up emails from leads, and your family hasn't seen you eat dinner in days. Sure, everything got done, but now you're exhausted, behind on future work, and worst of all, no one else on your team learned a damn thing because you did it all again. And that's because you've built something that relies on your burnout to function. And this costs your business anywhere from $300 to $1,500 a day in missed opportunities. That's jobs you couldn't quote, clients you didn't follow up with, and projects you didn't take because you were kind of overwhelmed with all of the work. So if every fire needs you to put it out, you don't have a business. You have a very demanding job with zero time off and no exit plan. Until you build systems, empower your team and delegate properly, you'll probably be stuck in that same loop, sprinting just to stay in place. And even if the burnout isn't that bad, there's another thing that drains your business: your own profit margins. The profit you think you're making is a lie. Let's assume you quote a job at $2,000, 2 days in and out, easy money, right? You think that's $1,000 a day, solid profit. But here's what actually happens. Materials cost you $600. Fuel to and from the site, let's say that is $80. You bring in a subcontractor for $500. Then an unexpected delay eats up an entire extra day. Rain, supplier issues, client changes their mind. Doesn't matter, you're stuck. Now you've burned 3 days, you've spent $1,200 and you're walking away with maybe $200, and then the taxman comes. So you just made less than a McDonald's shift manager and you carried all the risk. Most operators underquote because they don't build in profit margins, buffers, or even factor their own time as a cost. And that's because they don't know their real numbers. If you're not baking in profit margins and time buffers, you're just kind of staying busy, not really making any profits. Until you treat your time like it costs money, because it does, you'll keep chasing revenue that looks good on paper but leaves you broke in real life. So I think it is really important to just be honest with yourself about your day rate. If it doesn't account for expenses, time, risk and buffer, it's not really that much of a profit. And once you fix this, just know there's another hole in your business and it's leaking faster than you think. So you finally get a solid lead. Good job, solid scope right in your wheelhouse. And then you say, I'll get the quote to you tonight. Then life happens, you get caught up on site, you're behind on invoices. By the time you send the quote 3 days later, they've already gone with someone else. You didn't lose the job because of your price, you potentially just lost it because you looked disorganized and made a bad first impression. Now here's what tradies sometimes don't realize is clients don't trust you, they trust your systems. If your quote's late, your follow-up sloppy, or you're rescheduling every week, they might just assume that's how the whole job will go. It doesn't matter how skilled you are with tools, if you suck at admin, you could potentially lose money. Most field operators don't follow up on quotes within 24 hours, they forget client calls, they lose track of messages or show up late to site meetings. That kind of sloppiness could cost you 50 to 70% of potential work. And if you lose just 2 mid-sized clients per week, that could be around $3,000 a month flying out the door. That's $36,000 a year, enough to hire help, upgrade gear, or finally take that damn holiday that you deserve. I'd suggest you use tools like Connect Team, Jobber, Tradeify, or ServiceMate. Automate your quote follow-ups, set reminders, and keep track of everything. And once you lock it all in, it's time to fix your pricing. So you've landed a new project and you send a quote, $3,200 for the job. The client pauses and says, that's a bit high, and instead of standing your ground, you panic because you obviously don't want to lose the project. So you just say, I can do $2,500 if that helps. And as soon as you said this, you killed your credibility. You didn't just lower the price. You told them you don't believe in your own value. If all they see is a dollar figure, they'll try to push it down. But if they see what's inside that number, they'll pay what you ask. So instead of kind of folding, you could say this. That $3,200 includes 3 full days of skilled labor, premium materials with a 10-year warranty, full site cleanup, guaranteed on-time delivery, full insurance coverage, and post-job maintenance. And then you lay out the alternative. If you want to bring it down to $2,500, we'd have to remove the post-job support and insurance and use lower grade materials with a shorter warranty. Now, instead of just thinking about the price, they're comparing value, and suddenly $3,200 starts to sound like a smarter choice. I think often we need to stop thinking that we're too expensive, but start showing why we're worth it. Because if they think you're just another guy with a van, they'll just treat you like one. But if you present yourself like a premium service with experience, with clarity, they'll pay you like one. And if you expect a higher pay, you might also need to revamp your team. Most business owners say they want to scale, but what they really do is hire people to follow orders instead of thinking by themselves. So you bring on a new team member and they seem really reliable, but every morning they're asking the same questions. What should I do next? Where do I start? Can you double check this? This just means you'll waste more time explaining to them what to do. Now, instead of growing the business, you're stuck micromanaging the one that you've already got. So often it's a case of just stop hiring task rabbits and start hiring problem solvers. You want people who take ownership, who see something broken and they fix it, and they don't just ask what to do, they tell you what they did. And these types of people, you just need to train them once. You show them the systems and then you take a step back. So next time you're hiring, don't ask, can they follow instructions? Instead, ask, if I gave them the keys for 2 days, would the machine keep running? If the answer's no, you may well have hired the wrong person. And I know building a field business is not easy, but you really need to take charge, be present, and understand what it means to be the CEO. What's something that you struggle the most in the field business? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, you can check out this video that I just posted recently, or this video that I also just posted recently, and I'll see you over there.